Confucius was a Chinese philosopher and politician of the spring and autumn period who was traditionally considered the paragon of Chinese sages. A great man is hard on himself. A small man is hard on others. Knowledge without practice is useless. Practice without knowledge is dangerous. A man is great not because he hasn't failed. A man is great because failure hasn't stopped him. Keep it simple and focus on what matters. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Three things cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Cultivate the root. The leaves and branches will take care of themselves. All the darkness in the world can't put out the light of one candle. Happiness does not consist in having what you want, but in wanting what you have. Don't curse the darkness, light a candle. He who cannot describe the problem will never find the solution to that problem. I was complaining that I had no shoes till I met a man who had no feet. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. By three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Don't let your past determine your destiny. Everyone eats and drinks, yet only few appreciate the taste of food. To take what you know for what you know, and what you do not know for what you do not know, that is knowledge indeed. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. As the water shapes itself to the vessel that contains it, so a wise man adapts himself to circumstances. Of course you want to be rich and famous. It's natural. Wealth and fame are what every man desires. The question is, what are you willing to trade for it? The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation there is sure to be failure. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Remember, even when alone, that the divine is everywhere. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. There is one word which may serve as a rule of practice for all one's life: reciprocity. The noble-minded are calm and steady. Little people are forever fussing and fretting. Do not worry if others do not understand you. Instead, worry if you do not understand others. The more you know yourself, the more you forgive yourself. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. The gentleman calls attention to the good points in others. He does not call attention to their defects. The small man does just the reverse of this. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. An orchid in a deep forest sends out its fragrance even if no one is around to appreciate it. Those who cannot forgive others break the bridge over which they themselves must pass. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. The archer who misses his mark does not blame the target. He stops, corrects himself, and shoots again. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. We are so busy doing the urgent that we don't have time to do the important. Teachers open the door, you enter by yourself. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues. You judge yourself by what you think you can achieve. Others judge you by what have achieved. When you are ignorant about something, to know that you are ignorant about it, that is knowledge. Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Don't worry if people don't recognize your merits. Worry that you may not recognize theirs. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man without trials. Expect much from yourself and little from others, and you will avoid incurring resentments. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Men do not stumble over mountains, but over molehills. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. The man who says he can, and the man who says he cannot, are both correct. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. Yin and yang, male and female, strong and weak, rigid and tender, heaven and earth, light and darkness, thunder and lightning, cold and warmth, good and evil. The interplay of opposite principles constitutes the universe.